Hey everyone, sorry it's been so long. A lot has happened recently and I've been juggling a lot of stuff. Anyway, when we last met our heroes battling one of Kreek's old allies, a tiefling monk called Dee, who had not died while fighting an aboleth in the Underdark like Kreek had thought. After defeating Dee, the party were exhausted and, very low on funds, decided to take a break from gathering guild quests. They hatched a plan to make some money on the side and headed to the wealthier district of town. Mayeth tried his hand at a spot of gardening. It went quite well. Kreek attempted to convince an old woman that her house was haunted and he'd been sent to clear away the evil spirits for a small fee. It didn't work. Then he helped an elderly and very clumsy Goliath fix all the things he had broken around his house before his wife found out. And he had a nice cup of tea and a chat as well. Armless also attempted to con a woman into giving him a large down payment on a business venture he was apparently working on with her husband trying to sell holy water. It also didn't work. So he did a spot of pest control and removed a load of rats from a nobleman's basement. While all this was going on, Paige was very busy pet-sitting a nobleman's pet displacer beast. That went better than expected. After getting a decent amount of money between them, they popped to the local market and stocked up on some much-needed potions and other useful items. Fully prepped, they headed to the Tonics Guild that specialised in potion making to see if they could get another mission. There, the guild leader, Yolandrum, an older sister to the insane old potion maker back in Helby, asked the party to locate her lost ingredients box. They located said box in a local forest, where they were attacked by a group of large bug things. Alright, they got a weird name. Next, they popped to the Harvesters Guild, an organisation focused around agriculture and nature. Asoti, the druid guild leader, was having a spot of bother with a local dryad who had stolen some of her seeds. It was just one little dryad. How hard could it be? Very. It was very hard. The party fell into multiple traps, Mayeth became charmed and turned on the party, and the dryad almost got away. Once they had dealt with it, our heroes decided to risk venturing to the Button Men, which, if you remember, are the Assassins Guild disguised as a circus act who wanted Kreek dead. But it's okay, since they'd killed Dee, who was paying the Button Men to try and get rid of Kreek, all was kind of square and even. With no one paying them, the guild had no reason to go after Kreek anymore. The guild head, an Aarakocra called Olivia, see what I did there, wanted the party to go and assassinate one of the city's high ladies, a Lady Fairweather, and steal a letter from the safe in her office. Initially, the party refused as they thought that was a bit too dark. Like, murder was not really on the table for them. They went to the guild that they know specializes in murder, but didn't want to murder anyone. This backfired a little. Olivia was not ready to just let them walk away after learning what they had learned, and she gave them a simple option: kill the target with poison, or try and fight their way out against a swarm of assassins. Eventually, however, our heroes came up with a very cunning plan to get themselves out of the corner they had roleplayed themselves into by sabotaging their own mission. While under the watchful eye of two assassins, our heroes headed to the Fairweather Manor garden party, disguised themselves as waiters, and, using Kreek's invisible servant, along with several of the cards from his deck of illusions, caused utter chaos. Lady Fairweather spilt her poisoned drink in the process, and everyone stampeded out of the party. During all of this, the party snuck into Fairweather's office and stole the letter for Olivia. Afterwards, the party took a well-deserved rest, ready for their final mission for the day, guarding the local museum for the Banner Guard. Everything was going fine. Nothing out of the ordinary on this very peaceful night, until Mayeth spied an entire flock of ravens descending upon the city and perching on every rooftop. Suddenly, a huge illusion of a man in resplendent armor and a crown appeared, towering over the entire city. "People of Dragonrend, I do not forgive, and I do not forget." As the image vanished, an airship floated above the rooftops and opened fire, blasting buildings to pieces. While death and destruction rained down on high, a strange coffin-like object landed outside the museum. It opened like a flower and unleashed a small troop of mechanized soldiers who began a deadly advance on the museum. Will our heroes be able to fend off this clockwork onslaught? Can they protect the museum and pass their final guild quest? Well, you'll have to find out next time. Thanks everyone for tuning in this week. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the little bell icon. See you all next time, whenever that will be.